Welcome to the Shortstop editing video. We're gonna dive straight into this, so open up CapCut and then put in a new project. Once you are in new project, you will then go to import. Once you go into import, we are going to select our video files and throw them in. Some things that you should know before going into this is you want to have all of these settings on, and that means they would be highlighted blue, which would be your track magnet, your auto snapping, your linkage, and your preview. So another thing that you should know is select and split. These are the two commands that we're going to be utilizing today, and I will be using the shortcuts, which are A and B. When you have A and B, it just makes your life easier and go through those, so I will tell you when I use them as well throughout the video. Other things to know is you have your media, audio, text, stickers, effects, transitions, filters, and adjustments. For the most part, all we're going to be using is media, audio, and text. If you want to use the transitions, you are more than welcome to. However, you don't really need to have those. We're going to keep this completely simple and easy to do, and we're going to get everything done in under 20 minutes so that you can get your video done as fast as possible. Other rules of thumb that we are aiming for is we want to have the video at least from 1 minute to 2 minutes. That's kind of our range that we want to have in there. If you do have any in-game footage, make sure to throw it into the video as well right after the specific clip. So if you're doing hitting, throw some videos of you hitting in game. If you're doing defensive work, then throw in the videos of you doing defensive work. Without further ado, let's get into it. So the very first thing, as for a shortstop or middle infielder, in this case, we really want to showcase either our hitting or our fielding capabilities. Now, I really like to start off with hitting because it's a really good eye catcher for a lot of coaches, and this is a great shot for it. So we're going to click the plus button, which is the blue button, and it'll add it directly into our timeline. As you can see, we have a player box right here in the middle. If you don't have this, you can always go into the account and change the workspace, or you can always drag and drop these around to interchange them. Moving on from here, we are going to assess and preview everything to make sure it is looking nice and good. Great, good swings. And we only need to have about, I would say, 4 or 5 of these max. Even so, that we have a side shot, which we're going to drag in next. This side shot is going to add even more hitting to it. So we only need to have about 3 of the side shot and maybe 3 of the back shots here. So the side profile shot is not as zoomed in as we would like, which means that we need to scale it. So you're going to come over to the video tab and go to scale and scale in until the player is in the full frame and you think looks good. I'm actually going to bring this up just a little bit more so we get it right there. And you can always even move this back by just dragging it over so that you get a little bit more of the ball flight so the coach can see where the ball is actually going. Now, don't worry about the actual time stamping yet. So like, as you can see, we're at the 40-second mark already. Instead, after we get all the clips inside, we're gonna go through and clip these all up and split them together so that it makes it nice and smooth and easy to understand. Once we finish the hitting portion, we're gonna head over to the ground ball portion. So let's find those and locate them. So I'm gonna throw this bad boy into here. Great. Now these are all directly at him, so I'm gonna split it right after. So now we have the right at him, right at him, right at him, and then we're gonna move into backhands, right? So let's clip this out. I pressed B to cut. As you can see, there's a razor, that's the B, and then A to select, and then delete to delete it. So we're gonna go backhand, backhand, forehand. Okay. So once we finish this backhand after the throw, press B, split, and then right before he's getting ready for the next one, we will go over there. Now I'm actually gonna move this over even more. Go from here, and we just need a couple of these just to showcase you throwing the ball all the way through. So then once we have that, we are going to throw in the throwing across. Now this is going to be also really important for everything. You can come into here. I'm going to throw the volume down just so we can watch it through. And for the throwing across, you don't need to have a lot of them. We just want to be able to see the accuracy of the throws. So I would actually limit this to only about 4 or 5, depending on how fast you are going through it. So as we can see, very quick, very easy. Boom, throw, receive. And I'm going to move this in, zoom it in a little bit more, just so that we can see you as the player a little bit better, and we can go from there. Great. Now, once we finish that, we're going to head over to the 60-yard dash, throw all the 60 information in. We're going to go to the audio, throw the volume down, and then go to when you begin your running. Clip that in. Great. Finishes through. Awesome. And then we clip that. All right, so as you can see, that literally took us less than 5 minutes just to throw all the clips in there, get them sequenced out and everything. Now we're gonna go into the actual editing, clipping things together, making it nice and smooth so we don't have all this dead time and keep the coach engaged. So for the very first thing that we're gonna do is watch the hitting. He gets ready, great, delete. Great. So as we're right here, we only need to have a little bit of these hitting scenes specifically because we already have this one coming up next, and we're just trying to get as much information out there as we can. So then we're gonna head over to the fielding portion and then make sure everything is clipped up nice and there. Releases the throw, wonderful, split, heads back to the position here. Go to the audio. We're gonna lower all the audio on these actually first to make life easier on us. Head back over here. Great, throws, comes back over, gets set, nice and ready. B, split, go back, releases, great. Heads back to the position, gets ready to field again. And then A, delete. Throws over, B, finishes the throw, heads back to the position. Great, so we can get rid of all that. So now we just got rid of a lot. And as he throws, great, goes back to the next one, great, releases. And as you can see, this smooths it out a lot better for a coach to see your skills. Next thing we're gonna do is assess the backhands, throws, great finish. Heads back to the position, gets set. Great, we're gonna frame it over. If you need to frame things over just a little bit, what you can do is use the keypad and go back and forth on the left and right arrows, and that can get you the different keyframes. So once he releases, great, press B again, head over as he gets set. Once he's set, same thing, A, B, A, and delete. That's all you gotta do. As he gets ready for his forehands, we're gonna press B, great, delete the one behind it, releases, wonderful. Hustling back to the position, and gets ready to do the exact same thing. Great, now we're moving all the way across, boom, done. Then we're gonna clip this, let him get back to the position. Once he's ready, then we're gonna press B, A, delete, received, then press B, A. All right, and then I'm gonna keyframe it back over. Then I'm gonna do B, A, delete. Great. Now, honestly, that is great for us right there. And now look how much we've eliminated throughout this entire process. We've condensed everything into the most impactful information that a coach would need for the video. So as for the 60-yard dash, we can throw everything into here, nice and easy. And now I'm actually gonna utilize my phone for this video and go into here, and I'm going to go into the screen record setting. You want to screen record, then go into your stopwatch on your phone. And we're going to watch this video back to get our time so that we can throw it on the screen. So the very first thing that we're going to do is time these up and let it run out. Once he reaches the last cone, great. Then we can stop the screen recording. Then we're gonna send this screen recording over to our phone, to our laptop. And then once we have that into our computer, we're gonna throw this into CapCut. So you can just import that, but whether you text it, airdrop it. I airdropped it to myself. That's the easiest way. You can do it as well. So then we're gonna sync everything up for it. So let's find where we press the actual timer, which is right here. Split that, drag it on over, and we can zoom in by pinching and zooming if you have a trackpad, or you can press Command and use the scroller on your mouse. Great, that looks like it's lined up actually. And then we're gonna drag, nope, not that. We're gonna drag the actual clock over into the corner, and we're gonna shrink this down just so that a coach can see it. Boom, and that's all you need. Very simple and easy to do. And that's exactly how you do it for the 60. Now, the next thing that I want to move us on to is the actual information. So Canva does a really great job with the text templates. You can come into here. Personally, I really like this template simply for the fact that it's really nice and smooth, and you can throw it in there, make it look nice and pretty for you. So what I'm going to do is put this in the bottom left corner. Then I'm going to go into the actual text basics and then the paragraph, and I'm going to put heading. And then once that is in there, this is what it will look like. Great. And we're going to go all the way on to the next one. Copy it with Command C or Control C on Windows, Command C on Mac, and then Control or Command V to paste it. Or you can come in here and double click it, and then you can copy the clip directly through here and then paste it into another location. So once we're done with hitting, we'll do grounders. So we have grounders, but you see that the information isn't all held inside the box. So then we need to come over to this right corner, press expand, and then increase the line. So then the line fits everything. Once we do that, we'll throw everything else in. Once we get to the across, we'll throw in across. We'll do the exact same thing for across to make it fit. And then once we have that, great. Then for the 60, we'll do the exact same thing. Just throw in the 60 yard. Wonderful. The next thing that we want to do is throw in our default text. The default text is then going to go at the very end of the video. And the reason for this is going to have all of our information. So it'll be all of our name. We want to have our height and weight. and then height, weight, and then your age. So that would be, you know, sophomore, grad year kind of a deal. So I would throw a sophomore in there, and then you could also throw in coach's information, your information. You can put in the school or club team. You can throw in literally anything that you would like, and you can edit the text box in the top right over here and go from there. If you do have any pictures of yourself, definitely throw them in here. You can move this box off to the right and then put your picture on the left, or on the right here and then put your picture on the right. For this case, I'm not going to put a picture up. Instead, I'm just going to leave it right in the middle, and this is kind of what it will look like. So the next thing we want to do is copy this, the end page, and throw it over onto the very first shot. We're going to get rid of the coach's information and your information in the club team. We only want to have the specific information to help the coach out with who we are as a player. So have it in the top right, so that in the video, this is what it would look like. As you can see, there's a little bit of a hitch here with him talking. I'm gonna delete that, smoothing it out. Great. Now, if you do want to go through and add any transitions, CapCut has a whole bunch of transitions for you to utilize in here. Go ahead and do that if you'd like. We don't really recommend it. We want to keep things nice and simple for the coach to view. And as you can see, we're ending this entire thing at, I need to move this over here actually. There it is. We're ending this at around 1 minute and 22 seconds, which is really good for all this information. Now, if you have those in-game clips, definitely throw them in here. That's going to be a huge help for you and showcasing you as a player. Now, we're not going to be doing that just for the fact that a lot of kids don't have hitting videos to throw in here, but if you do, just put them in where you see fit. Now, if you don't know where to put them in, shoot us a message in the community. I'll get back to you directly, and you can even show us in the community your video as well. And once you export it, you put it in the video and go from there. As for exporting this video, you want to go to the top right and click export, title it, save it to the location, and then use all of these settings that are here, and then just click export. That's all you have to do. And then if you have any questions, like I said, go to the community, check out the plug and play in the description to follow along throughout this video. And what you can also do is use it for a checklist when you are editing the video yourself. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll get back to you personally. If not, go check out the rest of the course.